Hi there, my name is Matt Jackson, creator of QuoteCompanion.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about Gatsby's love of Daisy. Does he love her? How much does he love her? What does he love about her? I'm going to cover all the major theories and give you some quotes to support and contradict each of them. Then at the end, I'm going to tell you how you can get a template of an essay about this, absolutely free. So all you have to do is fill in the blanks and get your fully written essay. So we'll start off with some easy stuff. Does he love her? Well, it's clear that he does. He thinks about her all the time. He, off the top of his head, he knows exactly how long it's been since they've seen each other. 5 years next November, so he's thinking about her a lot. And this is one of my favourite quotes. There are many to show this, but he's standing in his garden and he wants her so much that he physically reaches out to try and grab her. So it's not just an emotional thing; it's now a physical need as well. Of course, there are some quotes that suggest he doesn't love her quite as much as everyone thinks. When he meets her for the first time, she's inside Nick's house. He knocks on the door and glares tragically into his eyes. So maybe he's dreading this more than anticipating it. Also, after their first meeting, when he's met her and they've fallen back in love again and everything is out as he thought it would be, he's not as happy as he thought he would be. So maybe he's in love with something else that's apart from her. Okay, so we'll start out looking at the first of the theories, which is that he loves her as a person. So he loves her personality. He wants to love her as an equal, marry her. Classic love, as it is understood in most other romantic literature. Um, so he spent all this time and all this effort. He spent 3 years working to buy the house, and then obviously all the other money to buy all the other things. And the material possessions don't mean anything to him. All that matters is how happy it makes her. So he's done all this. He's worked this hard, and it's only because he thinks that she'll enjoy it. So that's a big show of affection there from Gatsby. Also, when he's with her, he literally glows. So that's a hyperbole that Fitzgerald uses there, showing how happy he is, that his happiness becomes physical, just like his lust did in the previous quote. So some counter arguments to that now. He spends his day rekindling his love with Daisy. Everything's as it should be in his mind, but for some reason he isn't as happy as he thought he would be. Now there's two options. It's either he either doesn't love her as a person, and it's not the time he spends with her that he expects to make him happy. It's her as a status symbol, or another theory. Um, or it's that he did think he loved her as a person, but for some reason she falls short of his dream. Either way, when he does spend time with her, it's not enough to satisfy the colossal vitality of his dream. Also, he never thinks about her child. Now, you can forgive him for imagining that she will have no problems with leaving Tom, because Tom's a thoroughly unlikable character. Um, but if he loved her as a person and he wanted to be a big part of his life, how could he not think, how does this affect her child? She's got a daughter, um, and obviously that daughter is going to be a big part of any life she has, and he neglects to think about it at all, which suggests that he thinks of her rather one-dimensionally, rather than thinking of her as a complete person that he loves and adores. And this suggests he could love her as a trophy wife or a status symbol, like his fast car, like his big house. He's marrying her to impress other people, and not because of any value she has of her own. You can see this in the way he talks about why he loves her. He loves her because many other men do. So it's like a competition with Gatsby. If many men love her and he's the one she ends up marrying, that proves that he's the best. And he's always trying to prove his worth. He also says about his dream that he can climb the tree of life if he climbs alone. So even though he's marrying Daisy, you can tell he doesn't think that much of her, because it's still all about achieving his dream, achieving his goals, and he can only do that if he does that alone. Okay, some counter arguments to that theory. If he really thought of women as commodities that could be bought or sold, why hasn't he made an offer to buy her, like Tom did when he gave her that expensive string of pearls um, that secured their marriage? He's got all this money now. He knows where she lives. Why hasn't he tried to make any grandiose show of wealth if he thinks that will impress her? Also, he's got all these possessions, his car, his house, but when she comes round, he doesn't value them in the same way. She's worth more than they are. He revalues them according to her thing. So she's not like another status symbol. She's not just another way of expressing. She's something bigger than a car or a house to Gatsby, and that suggests maybe he's got a purer love than some people make out. And the final theory is that he just loves the chase. He's all about the American dream, constantly improving himself, constantly chasing the next thing. So he wanted to be rich, and he was rich. He wanted to buy a house near Daisy. He did that. he always needs to be moving forward and taking the next step, and the next step is to win back his childhood love. Um, so when he gets together with her, so he's already had an affair. She's already agreed that she loves him, but he has to say well, as soon as he gets that, it's not enough. He's not present. He's not happy with his present happiness. He needs something more. He needs her to say she's never loved Tom, and I bet if she said that, he'd need something more again. He's never going to be happy with just one thing, and that suggests that he doesn't love her at all. She's just a means to an end. She's just the next step on the ladder. Um, Also, he's bought the house, so he's near Daisy. If he really loved her that much, wouldn't he go and talk to her? He waits years before he makes contact. So that suggests that what he doesn't like achieving goals. He just likes being close to them. The thrill of nearby is what drives him rather than actually going out and meeting her. Now, that's actually my personal favourite argument, so I can't find much to refute it. The only quote I came across was, he gave up. Now, if he was really all about just chasing the dream constantly, and the thrill of the chase is what really drove him, then make him, rejection wouldn't hurt him, it would spark him on, it would just be a bigger challenge, and he'd embrace that, and it would be more exciting and more motivating for him. Now, not only has he got these obstacles to overcome, there's a bigger obstacle, and that's just another chance for him to prove how perfect he is, and how motivated and how hard he can work to achieve the American dream. The harder the journey, the more glorious his final victory will be. So it doesn't make sense that he gives up halfway through if he's so motivated by the dream. If you're writing an essay about Gatsby and Daisy's love, then why not check out our example essays? Basically, I've written out a full introduction, you can see it here, and then I'm going to give you advice as to what point to make in each paragraph, what quotes to use, and then what to mention in your analysis. So you're going to get a really well-researched, well-structured essay in a fraction of the time it would normally take you. It's because all the information is going to be in front of you, and you just have to join the dots. Here's the introduction and first paragraph from the Does Gatsby Really Love Daisy example essay. You can see in the introduction we'll be looking at the different theories of why Gatsby loves Daisy, and we'll be looking at Fitzgerald's use of colour symbolism, setting, and pathetic fallacy. So that's all going to be in the essay. In the first paragraph, we're just establishing Gatsby's love for Daisy, using a few quotes. It's quite simple, so there isn't much analysis here. To get the entire example essay, click the link in the description box to go to our homepage, quotecompanion.com, then go to the example essay page, where you can buy example essays for $5, or complete one of the special offers. Just submit an email or download a file, and you'll get it absolutely free. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and check out the site quotecompanion.com.